Hi, I'm Shou Chen. I'm the director of Joel Tan's Mosaic, part of Esplanade's The Studios 2023. I watched the 2015 version at the National Museum, and it was a really fun and good play. It was such fresh writing at that point, and it was the first time I watched a Joel Tan script, and I was like, who's this guy? Like, why? Wow, his words are like flowing. It felt very Singaporean as well. So that was first impression. Second impression was like, wow, this is a very complex and delicious play about space, about memory, about youth, about wanting to make a difference but not knowing how to. So I just really enjoyed that first experience. This play was first written in 2013 and then staging then, and then it's staging in 2015. Singapore has changed tremendously. So a lot of it, when I was excavating this play with TK, the set designer, we were talking a lot about space, we were talking about memory, we're also talking about how this dragon playground has changed so much in terms of how we understand it and how we feel about it. Like in 2013, it was very much about like nostalgia, but now you can find it on pretty much like anything. Like if you see our poster, you can actually buy like a paper holder of the dragon. So it's become quite ubiquitous as a symbol. It's become a symbol of, hey, back then, you know, this is what Singapore was. And so we were really interested in investigating what that means and also the memory that is there. A big theme about this play and my focus is really about what does memory mean? Is that something that we can trust? Whether it's the information that we get then, is it still valid and versus now? That's also a very unidimensional reading because I think Joel throws in a lot of themes. There's also the characters where they're searching for who they are in this space. And I think that's a continual theme. Who are we in this changing landscape that is there? So it is a place where identity is being struggled with and figured out, both in a metaphorical sense and also in a physical sense.
What I thought of when approaching this play again 10 years later is the first two productions of this script were visually, they were marked by the absence of the dragon. So in the first one, obviously you couldn't have the dragon because of budget. In the second one, they didn't have the dragon. In fact, they chose to have the negative of the dragon. In this iteration in 2023, now that the dragon is kind of transformed from an actual playground into a recognizable symbol of nostalgia, I find it quite fascinating that now this time around we're actually putting a version of it into the space. That part really interests me. In this iteration, we prioritized having sand, a sand pit. We had dead leaves, and I think this passage of time is something that has stayed constant across both designs of the play. And I'm really curious to see, maybe a slightly younger audience might come and watch this, and it might actually be the first time they'll see the dragon. And so I think that was one of the reasons why we wanted to use the dragon as an icon and put it on stage right smack front and center.
This play is funny. There's really good writing in here that you can recognize people, you can recognize Singapore tropes. So I think on that very basic level, there's something it will resonate.